Hi students, it's Ms.Boley here. So today we're going to sort of see how I would go about creating a visual journal page. So this is just kind of the basics of how to make a border, how to plan out the page itself, and a little kind of introduction to doing lettering. So this is I did an all about me journal page, and that is my completed page. So we're also going to talk a bit about backgrounds as well. So let's get started. Why are we doing this? We're trying to refine, which means to improve our drawing skills. We're going to be doing a lot of visual journaling this year, and so this is the beginning of learning how to plan out our pages, our compositions that we create. And we're making art about things that are important to us, things that we care about. So what will you need? You're going to need your visual journal. If you don't have it yet, that's fine. You can just use paper or whatever you have available at home. You'll need something to sketch with, so a pencil and eraser would work best. And then colorful materials. So I'm going to use pencil crayons and markers, and I'm going to use Sharpie markers for outlining. But you can use whatever materials that are colorful that you have easy access to, including pastels or watercolors or watercolor pencils, whatever you have at home. So how will we do this? So what is the process we're going to take? Well, I'm going to show you that in the video. I'm going to start out by brainstorming things about myself that I care about, and then I'm going to create a thumbnail sketch. Then I'm going to sketch out my page, and then I'm going to add color. So we're doing 4 separate steps within this one assignment. All right, so I'm starting out by using a page of my visual journal. This is going to be my page, my finished product, and I'm going to do my brainstorming on this page. You can just use a sheet of paper if you don't want to have just your brainstorming on your visual journal. So what I'm going to do to brainstorm is I'm just going to start writing out a list of things that I like. So I wrote, I like cats, I like art, and I like drawing. Let's see, I like nature, I like being outdoors, and I like sunshine. I can also write down things that I am as well. So in another column, I'm going to start writing down some things that I am. So I'm a teacher, I'm a mom, I'm an artist. You could write something like, a student, a soccer player, whatever. Things that relate to your identity. So I thought of a couple more things I like. So I got movies and I got reading. So I have some things I like and some things I am. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to show you some examples of thumbnail sketch. So a thumbnail sketch is just a mini sketch that you do to plan out a bigger art piece. So these are some thumbnail sketches that I've done a long time ago to plan out previous art pieces. And I want to plan out my visual journal page just by doing a small sketch first before I go for drawing it out on my larger page, because I don't really know exactly what I'm going to do. I don't know where I'm going to place everything yet. So I'm drawing a small rectangle that's going to represent my page, and that is my face. So I'm thinking maybe I could put my face down at the bottom of the page and then have my paper divided into sections like this and have different things that I like in each section. And then I'd have my title at the top saying all about me. Okay, so that's my first idea. I can put in what my border might look like. So that's my first idea. I'm not going to go with my first idea. I want to get a couple different options going. Okay, so what if I put my face right in the middle? So I'm not spending tons of time on this. These are simple drawings, okay? And what if I kept with the idea of dividing the paper up like into sections like the previous idea, but I put my title somewhere else? and I moved my face to the middle. So I might put my title down on the right-hand side, in the right-hand corner, all about me. Okay, so that's my second option. I'm gonna do a third option. So maybe I keep my, I do like the idea of the face being in the middle. It's kind of cool to be on the bottom. I could also think about maybe doing a full body instead of just a face. But I'm just gonna stick with face in the middle, title on the top, kind of in like a little title section, and then maybe instead of separating it with lines, I could separate it into sections by blobs. All right, so now I'm gonna just write out for you what I want your pages to have. So I would like you to make a border, which I have provided a PDF with some border ideas or inspiration that you can kind of look at and you can use as reference images for your border. I would like you to have a title. Your title is going to be all about me, and you're going to have your name. And then we need 3 to 5 images or words about you, and we want your face or your full body. We want a picture of you somewhere. Okay, so now I like this middle one, and I'm going to start sketching that onto my visual journal page. So I wanted to show you really quickly, this is just a super basic, I guess, little tutorial about how to do lettering. We will do more about this later on. But what I like to do is I like to just write out, so I'm trying to press really lightly with my pencil, and I'm just writing out what I want my title to say. And I want these to be block letters or bubble letters after, but I don't want to do them all in block letters because I don't know, I want to map it out so it's going to fit. So I've written them out as light as I can, and I'm going to then gently erase so that it's really, really, really light. I just want those to be guides. And then let's zoom in a bit so we can see better. So then I'm going to kind of draw a darker line on either side of my guidelines. Kind of hard to explain, but I'm using those original lines I drew and then making my letter by kind of creating a block letter on either side of the guideline. Okay, so I'll keep going so you can kind of see what I mean. Because block letters and bubble letters are more tricky than they look. So you can use this technique if you feel like it will help you. And we will do a little bit more about lettering as we continue our learning with visual journals. So now I'm going to do my border. So what I wanted to do was kind of have this border that's made of these kind of like bubbly shapes and be really big and like take up a lot of space kind of in the bottom, and then in the top I might just use some lines for my border. So I kind of was inspired by one of the borders on the PDF of inspiration pages that I have on Google Classroom for you, and that's why I did these repetitive circles. So a lot of times borders are just a shape that repeats itself. And so I'm using these circles to sort of be a border. And typically a border would just be, you know, like one circle repeating itself all the way around. But I'm kind of switching it up and just making it a little bit different. So I feel like it represents my personality. So now I'm just going to draw, I'm not going to use a ruler or anything. I'm just going to draw a couple of different lines to make up the remainder of the page's border. So you can, you know, make a combination of the borders in the PDF file, or you can just kind of copy one that's on the file, or you can do your own thing. So now I have a border, I have a title, and now I'm going to draw my face. All right, so I'm going to do sort of an oval shape. This is going to be super cartoony drawing, so I'm not trying to put tons of detail in, and I'm only going to draw my head and shoulders. You are free to do a full body drawing if you like, if you feel comfortable with that. So I'm going to draw shoulders and a shirt, and then in order to kind of make sure that my eyes and nose and mouth are in the proper position, I'm going to draw a line down the middle, and then a line horizontally down the middle. And the horizontal line is where my eyes are going to go. So I'm going to do kind of a diamond shape, like elongated oval shape eyes. I did look at myself in the mirror just to see, what I look like, remind myself. And then I'm going to do a simple just curved line for the nose. And again, a simple smile and lips. I'm not trying to do tons of detail. But I do want to make it look like me as much as possible. So I did look in the mirror. And then I'm going to draw my hair. And that's that. Don't forget to do details like eyebrows, eyelashes, those kinds of things. They're important for a face. Yeah. So now what I'm going to do is work on my background. So I'm going to divide my, my face. So now 3 to 5 images about myself. So my thumbnail sketch, I had divided the background by kind of having these radiating lines coming out of my face. And so I'm going to do that. And I'm going to start filling in those sections with stuff about me. So I'll probably put cats down here. I'm going to put nature there. I'm going to do a butterfly to represent nature. And I'm just going to kind of start there and work as I go. So I am going to fast forward. Oh, and I'm going to do sunshine up here. I'm going to fast forward through the video. And you can kind of see my final plan once I'm all done. And if you are wanting to draw something but you don't kind of know how, I suggest either going to find that thing in real life and looking at it and observing it, or searching on Google Images. Ask your learning coach for help to find an image that you can look at for drawing. Or you can keep it simple and you can make your drawings kind of not super realistic, but just sort of maybe your artistic style. If you don't want to look at a reference image. I do find even if I am trying to make it kind of my own style drawings, having an image to look at does help me. So let's speed forward and we will check back in a second. All right, so I have my page all done pretty much. I'm just doing a kind of my motto, practice makes progress, and that's going to be another one of my 3 to 5 things about me. So I'm ready to add color now. All right, I am back. I have my colors all ready to go. Before you begin coloring, I wanted to kind of just do a little bit of a reminder that your materials are super versatile and they can be used in a variety of different ways. So here are some of the different ways. These are not all of the ways, but they're just some common ones. So that just doing lines in one direction is called hatching. And then if I do the same thing, but I do the lines in both directions, that's called cross hatching. So that's a wonderful way to use both pencil crayons and markers. I can also layer. So I use this technique a lot. I put marker as one layer on the background, as kind of a background layer, and then I use pencil crayon on top. And it works really well because you can still see the marker color that I layered underneath, but it just gives it some depth. It's really nice. It's fun. And then also blending. So blending works quite well with pencil crayons and other things like crayons or pastels. So it's when I'm kind of trying to fade, I'm trying to create an effect where one color moves into another color and it has like a blended effect where they kind of overlap in the middle. So what I did was I colored with my green pencil crayon and I colored purple on top. And then I went back with my green. And I can go back to my purple until I have a nice blended effect. Okay, so try to use your materials in a variety of ways. Okay? So here's my completed and colored visual journal page. So I'm just going to go over the checklist one more quick time. So do I have a border? Yes, I do. Do I have a title? Yes, I do. All about me, Ms.Boley. Do I have 3 to 5 images / words about me? So I have the cat, I have nature, the butterfly to represent nature. I have the outdoors / sunshine and rainbow colors. So that's 1, 2, 3. And then my motto, practice makes progress. So that's 4 things. So I'm going to check that off as well. And I've done my best to use some different, use my materials in some different ways. So I've done hatching, cross hatching, I've done some layering, I've done some blending, and I've used my Sharpie marker to kind of outline some of the parts. And that is my completed visual journal page. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I cannot wait to see your visual journal pages. Thanks for watching. Your page have a border, a title, 3 to 5 images or words about you, your face, and a background. If you answered yes to all those questions, then you're good to go.